Debbie Pierce here, founder of By Divine Design for Women. Hey, do you know who your friends are? Do you know who your enemies are? Do you even know that you have an enemy of intentional living? You do. In fact, you have more than one. Let's talk about, first of all, what makes a friend a friend. There are three characteristics that I'm going to talk about today that allow someone to actually be in the friend category. Those three characteristics are concern, competence, and constructiveness. The first one, concern. A true friend is concerned about your well-being. They're concerned about you making the right decisions and living your life according to your values. The flip side of that is something or someone that is not your friend who actually encourages you in ways that move you away from intentional living or away from living your values. We'll talk more about that in a second. So in order for a friend to truly be a friend, they have to have genuine care and concern for you. It all comes down to motive and intent. What is their motive? Are they genuinely motivated by concern? Now, some people will say they're concerned, and they'll say that in the words that they speak to you. But the other aspect of what makes somebody a true friend is competence. How well do they really know you? Do they spend time establishing a relationship with you? Or is their concern motivated by something else? Is it motivated by a desire to preach to you or control you, or by being nosy? Sometimes people mask friendliness in nosiness. They just want to be able to be in the know about what's going on in your life so that they can turn around and potentially repeat that information to somebody else, right? But a true friend not only is concerned, they are competent in the knowledge that they have about you because they have spent time with you. They have been in your home. They have been to meals with you. They've broken bread with you. They've prayed with you. They've sat up late nights crying with you, holding your hand, going through struggles with you. They've walked the walk, not just talked the talk. They know you inside and out. And that is how they've developed concern and love for you, by getting to know you. Only then, when there is both concern and true competence, can they then offer constructive, the third aspect to being a friend, constructive feedback. And constructive feedback is not just simply saying, I agree with everything that you are doing or saying. Constructive feedback might be, hey, you need to clean up your act. You need to make some changes. You're headed down the wrong path. A true friend says those things to us when we need to hear them. They don't always just say what we want them to hear or what we want them to say. So, but they have to first have the first two aspects. They have to first have genuine love and concern for us, and they have to really know us. All of us have people in our lives who are willing to preach to us, don't we? We have people who are willing to give advice. We have people who are willing to tell us what to do, but they really haven't put in the time to understand us, to know where we're coming from, to know what drives us and motivates us. And without that, it's hard to be on the receiving end of that kind of feedback. Even when they say they love and care for us, if they haven't spent the time to really genuinely get to know us and understand our strengths, our weaknesses, our motives, our challenges, really truly know us here and here, then we tend to tune them out, don't we? Now let's move over to the enemy side. Sometimes we have people who we think of as being our friends, but they flatter us. They tell us what they think we want to hear. But all the while, they are eroding potentially our faith in God. Maybe they're steering us down a path that will ultimately be wrong for us. Maybe they're encouraging us in actions or thoughts or attitudes that are harmful and dangerous for us. But they're supporting us. They're telling us what we want to hear. They're going rah, 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 I sympathize with you. I empathize with you. You're going through a rough situation and you should feel bad about that. They're telling us things that at the time make us feel validated and feel heard, but they're not helping us. They're actually eroding the very things that we need most. Those people are not our friends, and sometimes it's hard to know the difference. So I want you to think about what an enemy is versus a friend. An enemy is anything or anyone that robs you or gets in the way of your relationship with God, who robs you of your intent to be purposeful in life, who erodes your faith in God and God's plan, who puts wrong thoughts or wrong motives in your mind, or encourages you in wrong thoughts or wrong motives or wrong actions, who steals away your need to make decisions and be responsible for your own actions, and encourages you to be a victim and blame others and blame circumstances. Those people are not your friend. So know the difference. Know that you do have enemies out there. Some of them are directly working against you, and some of them think they're your friends, but they're not. And others out there are being honest with you. They're telling you what you need to hear, and they've done the time to really build a relationship with you, really get to know you. They are genuine, loyal, faithful friends whose words sometimes hurt, sometimes hit home in ways that we don't want to hear, but they are our friends.